From our U.S. election studios, this is the Muslim News Special Bulletin on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aishah Ashraf. Our top story for our noon Eastern News Bulletin. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has become the first convicted felon to reach the nation's highest office. The president-elect is expected to grind the cases against him to a halt after defeating Vice President Kamala Harris in last night's election. With impending control of the Justice Department, Trump will be able to shutter his federal criminal cases. As for his state cases, Trump's lawyers are expected to ask judges to put his Georgia and New York prosecutions on ice. Trump has long signaled he plans to immediately dismantle special counsel Jack Smith's office upon retaking the White House. However, Trump's state-level criminal cases aren't being prosecuted by the Justice Department, limiting his control over their next steps. His lawyers have long signaled that an election victory would delay any prosecution until the end of his time in office in 2029. Legal experts say that if Trump had lost, his criminal cases were expected to plow full steam ahead. Republican candidate Donald Trump has surpassed 270 electoral college votes needed to win the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Trump defeated his Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, in Tuesday's race by 277 to 224, securing his spot as the nation's 47th president. He has won key swing states, including North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Trump thanked Americans for the win and said he will make America great again, his longtime campaign slogan. Last night's victory makes Trump only the second U.S. president to serve non-consecutive terms following Grover Cleveland. Cleveland served two separate terms in the late 1800s, with President Benjamin Harrison serving in between. The Associated Press has confirmed that Republicans have taken control of the Senate from Democrats after Tuesday's congressional elections. The win came following GOP Senator Deb Fischer's re-election in Nebraska. Currently, Republicans have secured 51 Senate seats, positioning them to regain control of the chamber for the first time in 4 years. Democrats have 42 seats. However, more states' results have yet to be announced. The Associated Press reports that so far, 176 Democrats have seats in the House, while Republicans have secured 194 seats. At the state and local levels, voters also decided on a range of initiatives and races last night, from school boards to state-level ballot measures that can hold the weight of law. A total of 11 governors' races were also contested. According to the agency's initial results, with Tuesday's results, Republicans are set to hold 27 governor seats and the Democrats 23. As for the presidential elections, Republican candidate and former President Donald Trump has defeated his Democratic candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, according to projections by multiple outlets. Voters in Dearborn, Michigan, the largest majority Arab American city in the United States, appeared to have overwhelmingly supported Republican President-elect Donald Trump. Observers say the move is a clear protest against the Biden administration's handling of Israel's war on Gaza. The final count in Michigan, where Vice President and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris was likely to win, has yet to be called. However, early reports show 47% of Dearborn voters backing Trump. Approximately 27% of votes went to Harris and 21% to Green Party candidate Jill Stein. Law professor at the University of Detroit Mercy, Khalid Beydoun, says the Muslim vote may have cost Harris Michigan, adding that her loss all came down to Gaza. Commentator and Zateo editor-in-chief Mehdi Hassan says it was insane that Democrats had ignored the sentiment among voters in Michigan. Arab Americans for Trump held an election night party at the Lava Java Hookah Lounge. Many of the city's voters in Tuesday's election are first-time Trump supporters. Arab leaders around the world are congratulating Republican candidate Donald Trump for winning yesterday's presidential elections. Trump claimed victory after projections that he had defeated Democrat Kamala Harris to become the 47th president of the country. Qatari Amir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani posted on his X account, "Congratulations to President-elect Donald Trump on winning the U.S. presidential election." Tamim says he looks forward to working together again to strengthen Qatar and America's strategic relationship and partnership. The Emir says the two nations will promote security and stability both in the region and globally. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Jordan's King Abdullah II, as well as President of the United Arab Emirates Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, expressed similar sentiments. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati, whose country is facing a deadly Israeli military campaign with U.S. support, also congratulated Trump on his re-election. Israel killed at least 25 people and injured 14 others overnight in airstrikes targeting central and southern Lebanon, the health ministry said on Wednesday. Its statement said Israeli warplanes struck a building in Barja town in central Lebanon. The ministry expected the death toll to rise as many people are still under the rubble. State news agency NNA reports that the bodies of 5 people were removed from the rubble after an Israeli airstrike on a home in Shahabia town in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, it said the Israeli army flew a military surveillance balloon over Baalbek and eastern Lebanon amid intensive Israeli drone activities in the Bekaa Valley. Israel has escalated its air campaign in Lebanon since late September against what it claims are Hezbollah targets. It is an escalation from a year-long cross-border warfare between Israel and the Lebanese group since the start of Israel's brutal war in Gaza in October last year. More than 3,000 people have been killed and over 13,500 injured in Israeli attacks since October 2023, according to Lebanese health authorities. Israel expanded the conflict by launching a ground assault into southern Lebanon on October 1st. The Israeli army launched fresh airstrikes in Gaza on Wednesday, killing at least 14 people, medical sources said. Israeli fighter jets hit a house in eastern Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, killing 3 people, including 2 women. 5 other people were killed in another strike on a home in Al-Tufa neighborhood of Gaza City. In the northern town of Beit Lahya, Israel killed 5 Palestinians in an airstrike on a home. Another Palestinian was killed and 5 others were injured in a strike targeting a school sheltering displaced people in Jabalia in northern Gaza. Israeli forces also struck a home in the Nusayrat refugee camp in central Gaza, injuring 6 people, including 3 children. Meanwhile, the Israeli army has stepped up its ongoing ground offensive in northern Gaza, with scores of homes blown up in the areas of Beit Lahya and Jabalia. The Israeli army laid a siege in northern Gaza last month. It claims it is trying to stop Hamas from regrouping. Palestinians, however, accuse Israel of seeking to occupy the area and forcibly displace its residents. More than 1,800 people have been killed since then, according to Palestinian health authorities. Food and other aid are severely limited. Israel has killed over 43,000 Palestinians, mostly children and civilians, since the start of its war in Gaza in October last year. As a result, it is facing a genocide case at the International Court of Justice. Join us for exclusive real-time coverage of the 2024 U.S. presidential election at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Get live updates, expert analyses, and in-depth discussions on what this historic election means for Muslim Americans and communities worldwide. That's all from our election studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Salam.